Welcome to the Arizona Wildcats Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Daniel Burke. DB, Arizona has a new baseball coach. His name is Jay Johnson. He is from the University of Nevada, the reigning Mountain West Conference Coach of the Year. Yeah. I know that you've been following this hiring search so closely the last couple weeks. Is this a name that you would have expected 2 weeks ago?
It was a name that was out there. We threw it out there. It was in the Star. I don't think he was a favorite. I'll say that. He was not the guy in the days leading up to it that I thought it was going to be. I'm comfortable saying that. But he was a name that was always out there and a name that I think that they were intrigued by because of his recruiting ability and his development record with some pretty good players. So he certainly was out there. He was certainly a name, but I wouldn't have considered him a favorite.
Sure. Greg Byrne went into ninja mode when it came to hire Jay Johnson here. You know that he went to at least a couple of different states looking for guys. Who do you think he kicked the tires on, and why did he come to hire Jay Johnson?
Well, I think he talked to Andrew Checketts at UCSB. I think he talked to Jay Johnson. I think he talked to Butch Thompson at Mississippi State. I think those were probably the three that he talked to most closely. He probably had some conversations with Mark Wasikowski up in Oregon. I don't know if he went there to talk to him. But I think that those three were probably the guys that maybe were his final three at the end. So it was an expansive thing. I think what put Johnson probably over the top was, one, money and what the UA is willing to pay, and a guy like Checketts, might want to hold out for some more money when that comes his way. And two is just, I think for him, this was a no-brainer to come here, so he was going to say yes right away, and they knew that they were going to get a yes.
Well, and this is a guy who, Daniel, fits into the kinds of things we've been talking about both on camera and off for 2 weeks, which is if you're going to hire a baseball coach, you better get a guy who knows Southern California. You better get a guy who can relate to 16-year-old kids. Andy Lopez, openly admitted that later in his career, he had a very hard time relating to these upper middle class, Orange County, San Diego, Los Angeles high school baseball players.
Yeah, I think he had a problem relating with anyone, which is what he was saying. Look, because I don't know how many more opportunities I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to quote Lopes here. He always talks about you need recruiting, development. Right. Recruiting, development. And those are Jay Johnson's two strongest areas, and he is a relentless recruiter. He's one of those recruiters, I told you this off camera, he doesn't care about facilities, he doesn't care about cool uniforms, he doesn't need that stuff.
That'll do it for this episode of the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. Join us next time where we'll talk about where the Arizona Wildcats sit under new head coach Jay Johnson. For Daniel Burke, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup: low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.